everyone, and welcome back to Bellaocity Travel with Trish. I am Trish, of course, and I am here in the beautiful country of Albania in Saranda. And I guess you could say this is my 2-month update. I've been here for 2 months, so we're gonna say cheers to that. And this is a non-alcoholic drink. So I have not had any alcohol today. But yeah, so it's been 2 months since I arrived here. The country is very beautiful. The people are very friendly. And I'm here on the promenade area that is very close to where I reside. The weather here has been kind of up and down. When I first got here, it was winter. And now today is like 70 degrees. Last week it was kind of cloudy and we had a lot of rain. But so far things are good here. There's a great expat community here. I walk most of the time. I mean, probably 5 miles or 7 miles a day. I walk to the market, I walk to get things. The taxi cabs here are very expensive, and sometimes they can kind of scam you because they don't use meters and there's no apps here. So it's just better to either rent a car or take the bus, which I walk because I try to use that as my form of exercise. But the food is good. There's a mixture of food from Italian to Greek and Albanian, because there are a lot of people here who are from Greece and also Italy and Turkey as well. So the cuisine is really good. You know, of course, there's also American restaurants. You know, you can get burgers and things like that. As far as groceries, you know, it depends where you go. So it's like I live on the first row. So just because it's a mountainous country, there's the first row, second row, third row, and that means going up a set of stairs. So I usually try to go to the local areas to get food and things like that. But yeah, for the most part, the prices are really good here. I mean, you know, I can go to the market and spend maybe $30 and that food will last me for a couple of weeks. I go to the local butcher. I think the last time I went, I got like some beef tips. I got 2 steaks. I got 4 chicken breasts. And I also got some ground beef, which they make while you're there. So I got some ground beef. And I think all of that was $30. So what I do is I'll just get all the meat and I'll put it in my freezer. And then all I have to do is get vegetables, because there's a lot of fresh vegetables here. So I just kind of, you know, whenever I'm ready to get some vegetables to cook with my meat, like one day I made some beef stew and potatoes and I invited a friend over. So I'll just go to the market and get vegetables, because usually I get the vegetables every few days. And that's another thing, the refrigerators here are smaller because people use fresh vegetables and stuff like that. It's not like the huge refrigerators we have back in the US. So for that purpose, people usually go to the market every few days to get their vegetables and the things that they need to cook. But yeah, there's a great expat community here. There are several bus stations where you can go to Vellore, or you can go to Tirana. You can also go from here, Saranda, and take a bus to Tirana, and then from Tirana you can go to Montenegro, which is going to be on my bucket list of things to do. I think I'm going to do in the next few weeks. There's also a bus that will take you from here to Athens. I think it's about 8 hours and about €40 or $40 or something like that. But yeah, for the most part, everything is going well. I'm enjoying the weather now. I know that it's not quite tourism season yet, so it's going to get a lot, you know, busier here as the tourists start to come in. Right now, it's just kind of quiet. You know, there's a few kids like playing on the beach and things like that, but there is a lot of construction going on because I think, you know, the big tourism season is around June. So June, July, August, it's very busy here. From what I was told, last year it was about 10 million people here in Albania. And it's a great vacation spot. You know, I have to say, of course, there's not a lot of black people here. And people always ask the question, how are you treated, you know, as being a black person here? And I will tell you that people are very nice. They're very friendly. They smile. They say hello. There are black people here living here. You know, I'm gonna be here for a year. There are a few black people that have been living here for a few years, but maybe there's like 3 or 4 of us, you know, so we kind of all know each other. It's like if they live on a second row, they can look down by the beach and see me, and they're like, oh, that's Trish, you know, because, you know, black kind of stands out a little bit. But, you know, I don't feel discriminated against or anything like that. You know, you will get your occasional stares, but I think it's because, you know, a lot of people have only seen us on TV or videos or movies and things like that, because Albania is such a small country. And, you know, just in recent years, you know, tourism has become a really big thing here. So they are starting to see more chocolate people, you know, more black people, but everyone is friendly. You know, it's funny because I went to a store called Rosman today, and, you know, I was getting some things there, and that's a store that you can go and get, like, you know, things for your hair, things for your face, all of those things. And there was a little boy, and he was maybe like 4 or 5, and he just kept following me around the store, and he was just smiling, and I said hello to him, and, you know, I shook his hand, and I, you know, asked him his name, and he was just smiling, and his eyes were just glassy, and he was just looking like, who is this person? Like, he was looking at me like I was like his favorite cartoon character, or I was his like favorite superstar or something like that, you know. And you get that a lot from the kids, or if they see you and they know that you speak English, they will, you know, say hello, how are you, what is your name? So they try to practice their English with you. But yeah, the locals are very nice here. I will say, okay, before I say anything, let me take a sip of my drink. It's so good, and they filled it up. So it's just like a fruity drink. And I just spilled some on my dress. So there you have it. So it's not like they gave me like a half a glass, because it is completely full. And of course, yeah, so that's the thing about being black here in Albania. It's a great place to be. Like I say, just like any tourism spot, you just be mindful of what you pay for. Always look at your receipts, because no matter what country you go to, there's always going to be someone that's going to try to get over on you a little bit. They're going to try to get a little extra, you know. Like here, it's the taxis. You know, there's no app, there's no Uber, there's no Lyft, there's no Grab. Like when I was in Argentina and when I was in Vietnam and Thailand, you know, there's no Bolt, none of those apps. So if you need a taxi late at night or something like that, if they're not on the street, you're like SOL, okay? There is like I think there are some like electric taxis that may be a little bit more convenient, but for the most part, they're trying to scam you out of your money. So just stay away from those, because I think like to go like 5 minutes up the street, they want to charge you like $10, you know, $15, which is here, it's like 1,000 leg. So $1 is 100 leg. So the way that you do the money is you take away the 2 zeros. $1, you add 2 zeros, okay, to change it into leg. So like $2 is 2,000 leg, $3 is 3,000 leg. But yeah, they want to charge you like $20 just to take you 10 minutes up the street, or 20,000 leg, but then they will charge the locals like a lot less. So stay away from the taxis. Another thing is, you know, for my apartment and things like that, the apartments, I have my apartment for a year. So apartment rental and things like that, you know, just do your homework, do your research, because like I say, it's all about money, so people will try to get over on you. You know, I pay about 430 euro. Oh, Jesus. Those are the flowers falling on me. But I pay like 430 euro, which it depends, you know, what that is every day. I mean, it depends on, you know, the exchange rate. So that's, sometimes it's like 450 American dollars, sometimes it's 460. It changes, but they do accept euro here. So you can just pay in euro. And they have ATMs here. There's some ATMs that do charge you like $8 or 800 lek for each withdrawal. So just be mindful of that. And then there are some that only charge like $5 or 500 lek. So just when you go to the ATM, just get, you know, a good sum of money out, because here there's not a lot of credit cards. There are like some of the more advanced restaurants, and you know, some of the grocery stores, they do take credit card, but for the most part, cash. They want that, you know, they want cash. So yeah, so those are some of the things. There is a bus stop that's at the end of the promenade, and it actually will take you to Samil, which is about 20 minutes from here. Very beautiful beach, and it actually goes to another place. I can't remember the name of the place is, but of course, back on this end, you have the boat that I rode about 2 weeks ago, I think it was, when I went to Corfu. And that schedule changes. So now that tourism season is picking up a little bit, that boat leaves out, I've seen it leave out around 7 a.m. And then it's like every 2 hours, I think, that it leaves. So you can actually just go on a day trip to Corfu and come back, or go for a few hours and come back. And that is about, round trip is about $40 or 40 euro to go to Corfu, which is something that I did, and I have a video on that as well, so make sure you check that out. But yeah, you know, life is good. You know, I feel good here. I feel safe. You know, I don't have to worry about my safety or anything like that. I walk at night, you know, I talk to people. So it is a good place. You know, the people here are very friendly. You're gonna get the occasional stares, but it's not like in a hatred type of way. It's just surprised, or like, it's almost like you're an exotic creature, okay? Because we are not seen here a lot. There are a lot of, I've met a lot of like black people, or you know, African people that are from like Europe, especially the UK. I've met a lot of great friends from the UK that come here. So there are black people that come here. I actually met a couple of days ago, a black couple that were from France. So you'll see us here, you know, here and there, and you know, you do the occasional, you know, what's up, whatever. And a lot of times people do stop me and, you know, start to ask me, you know, do you live here, or are you just, you know, on vacation or holiday, as they say in Europe? And they ask me questions and things like that. And that's the question that I get, you know, how is it being black in Albania? And that's how it is. So yeah, that's my 2-month update. Besides that, I mean, everything is okay. I'm still working, and I'm gonna continue to bring more videos and more information about Albania. And I'm also gonna try to maybe, you know, interview a few people that are expats or digital nomads that are traveling, because I've met several couples here, and I've met like a lot of solo travelers, things like that. But yeah, so that's about it. I just decided to do a last-minute video while I'm here, like sipping on my drink, right? And, you know, just give an update about how things are going. And, you know, continue to subscribe. Thank you so much again and again. I know I can't say that enough, but thank you so much for subscribing to my channel and liking and commenting. I mean, it's just such a beautiful journey to share my story with my subscribers and my friends, and you know, my family, and you know, all those travelers out there. So continue to stay safe, continue to stay blessed, and you know, reach for the stars. Anything is possible. You know, make a plan for yourself and just go out there and do it. You know, if it doesn't work, you know, try again. You know, you only get one life to live, so you gotta live it to the fullest, right? All right, take care, and thank you again for stopping in at Bellaocity Travel. Have a good day. So I just want to give an overview of my 2-month stay here in regards to my monthly expenses in Albania. And just to clarify, I was getting kind of tongue-tied during the video, but just to clarify the difference with the currency. So 1,000 lek is about $10. Okay, so 10,000 lek is about $100. Okay, so with 1,000 lek, $10, I mean, I could eat off that all day. Like, I could eat breakfast and dinner, or breakfast and lunch. So that kind of lets you know how the prices are here. So for rent, I pay about $460, which in euro is probably about 430 euro or something like that, give or take, depending on the currency rates. My cell phone, I use an eSIM, which is called a Relo, and I pay about $15 a month for data. Transportation, I usually just walk everywhere. But if I catch the bus to like a different beach or something like that, each bus ride is like 150 lek or something like that, which is about $1.50. So whenever I do ride the bus, I mean, for 1 month, I may not have any charges for the bus or spend any money to use the bus. Next, we have food. I do eat out like once or twice a week, but I also cook a lot. So my grocery bill for food, with eating out and groceries, is anywhere between $100 and $130 per month. So I don't spend a lot of money eating out, but like I say, it's the food here and the cost is very reasonable. You can get a large pizza for 700 lek, which is like $7. So it's not expensive. Other expenses includes weekend trips or going to other cities, because you can ride the bus to other cities, or like I did before, you can go and take a boat to other countries. And weekend trips, or a long weekend trip, 3 or 4 days, is really not that expensive. I try to travel on a budget so I get to see and do more things. So if I decide to go somewhere next weekend, let's say if I decide to go to Montenegro, I would probably spend less than $200 on that trip, with the bus fare and accommodations and things like that. But yeah, that's it. Just wanted to kind of give you a brief summary of my monthly expenses. And I forgot to mention lights and internet, water, things like that. I don't know how much that is right now. I'm sure it's not that much, but since I've been here, I haven't had to pay those. It's supposed to be separate, I think, from my rent, but they haven't charged me anything yet, the people that I'm renting from. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, but from what I hear, it's not that expensive. But yeah, so that's it for my 2-month update.